This is how much I made on my biggest YouTube channel after 10 years of grinding on YouTube. And I'm gonna start here because I want people to see that YouTube actually works, like it actually pays. And when you take it serious, you can build something great of it. Now, I am an entrepreneur, so I have my own company, I have my own clothing brand, I have my own sneaker brand, and this sneaker is launching very soon. So I actually have this as my entrepreneur diaries channel where I simply talk about things that I kind of like find important or just document stuff that's going on in my life. And I wanted to actually give out the blueprint that helped me build my company. And while I was thinking about what were the things that actually mattered the most or actually like really gave me kind of like an unfair advantage, I thought about many things and I realized, oh, YouTube did. So let me simply share with you, first of all, the promise, which is simply how much I made with my main YouTube channel before we can keep on talking. Because in the following days, uh, yeah, following days leading up to New Year and January, I want to give you guys the blueprint of actually growing your YouTube, like what really works, just what works, you know, and that's it. And I always feel like it's always good to start from a point of view where people just know that whatever you say is valid, right? So this is my main channel. It is King Junior, right? You can see 141,000 subscribers, 800 something videos, although I would say over half of those videos are pretty much shorts. So you can count around actually 400-ish long videos, right? Maybe more, but definitely that's where the real numbers are. Now you can see the views around 43.5 million views and started in 2016. Now, let me show you guys. Normally, my channel was pretty much around entertaining and short films, skits. Since I live in Germany, you're gonna see that, I started actually young. I started very young at the age of like 16, and I was just playing around with YouTube, having fun, entertaining in German. And it's actually very fun. Like the skits are very funny. If you do watch them without you speaking German, you will love them for sure. But I would say this: I didn't actually start it with skits per se. Like I first of all like started with fitness at the time. Fitness was like kind of like the thing that I felt like I loved the most, and it just was something natural to me just to make videos about how I train. But then after like training like a couple of times and making the videos, my mom was like, "You ain't gonna do no fitness videos because you are already too muscular, and I don't want you to become this like fitness guy." So my mom has authority, so I couldn't follow up with fitness, so I had to switch to something else, which I also loved, which was fashion. Thankfully, I have a fashion brand today, so it was not a bad start. But I realized that fashion was very, very expensive. Back in the days, I had almost no cash to spend on food, and I was a student studying at university, so I didn't really have that cash. Now, as I speak, I better like hurry up very quick to simply, show you guys the insight. But I felt like it was good to like start there and talk about a few things so that you understand. And I want to come back to this also because, as you can see, this is very important. Like the last 7 hours, I did an upload, which is very poor from the statistics, but I'm gonna explain to you why. And still, I love what I'm doing right here because we're gonna talk about many things. But now, let me first of all show you guys the numbers. Right, you're gonna see right now, 207 euros. Right, from 62,000 views. Now I'm gonna say it's probably just from like 30,000 views because over half the views comes from shorts, which don't really pay at all. So I would say this cash is all based on long form. But I haven't been active for like 5 years on YouTube, so that explains why. This is simply just passive income. I just restarted like 3 days ago. That's why you can see this, and I started with new content. So totally new content, which is like different from what I usually do, for a good reason. Now let me simply go and show you guys something right now, and that is simply analytics. Let me go into analytics and show you guys simply the income I made from those 43 or 45 million views, which is gonna be simply here. And just go back to since the beginning, and you can see 44 million views and income 81,000. And I can, let's say 81,000, right, or 82 almost. So what I can say is this: you can see it pays, right? And I think the CPM is pretty much, I mean, the US CPM is a bit higher, I would say. The UK CPM is also very good, I would say, but the German CPA is also actually in almost the same league. So yeah, is this still good though? This is 10 years of YouTube, but like I said, 5 years I wasn't active, and even within those 10 years, I would say the 3 years in the beginning was just me trying to figure out. I was always on and off, not very consistent. So most of the views I made was simply around a short period of time. Like I would say probably like within 2 years. Within 2 years. And if you think like making these views within 2 years, then 81 point something thousand is actually good. It's not bad, you know, it's good. So, but why did I actually stop? It's because I focused more on the company side. I never really viewed YouTube as like the the thing that was supposed to pay me. It was more like the marketing, or let's say, yeah, it was more the marketing, because what was supposed to pay me was always gonna be my business, right? Sky's the limit. The clothing brand, the footwear brand, that's what was supposed to pay me. And everything else with YouTube was pretty much for me like, you know, free marketing, a way to stay, you know, a way to just be relevant in a way that you don't have to pay much cash for, let's say, to promote your stuff, you know, because in the end, either you are spending much cash on ads, paid ads, or you are good at content. And when you can entertain people, that means you are one of the best marketers, because you can actually sell them anything. Like entertainment is like one of the things that when you nail it down really good, you get a lot of eyes. And most can't do it. Like it's not easy to entertain. It's that's why like I love it, because when you do it right, you get a lot of views. When you don't do it right, I mean, most can't do it because it's not that easy, right? But just to prove to you guys, yes, YouTube pays, and not bad at all. And now, looking at the current statistics or the numbers right now, the CPM has risen. So by the time I was making by the time I was making like, you know, millions of views every month, the CPM was very low, or the RPM was very low. It was very low. Now it's like double. So with this same amount of views nowadays, I would be earning like at least twice or almost thrice this amount. So yeah, you talked to an OG right now. So now you know YouTube works. And in the next videos, I'm gonna talk to you guys about how to actually build your YouTube successfully. No BS, just the truth, like the pure truth. Because although I haven't been very active on my main channel, or let's say my biggest channel, right, I was actively still coaching companies, you know, and I'm talking of like big companies, like really big companies. And sorry, I just realized at a certain point that, you know, big companies were like having a lot of issues trying to get on game on social media, and who else better suited to help them than a YouTuber, right? So that was the best deal for them. So I still do like work with companies sometimes nowadays, but now I just want to give out my knowledge to you guys for free. And with that being said, just subscribe if you're new, and make sure you turn on the bell. And as you understand YouTube, or just let's say mastering social media, is gonna be even more so important the next years. So nowadays it's always very important, but it's gonna become even more and more and more important. So even if you are, let's say, just trying to figure this out, lock in. Like, you are very smart, lock in. If you are really a business person, no matter how good your business is performing, also lock in, because you having some insight on how things work will even help you give like some valuable tips, or let's say observe your social media team a lot better, because you won't just be there like, oh, all right, just do it. You're gonna be like, you kind of understand how things work and look to see if they are doing the things the right way. Because guess what? When I lay down the foundation of what really works, you're gonna understand something. It's not rocket science. It's easy. It's very easy. As they always say, many things comes down to the basics. The basics is what count in everything. So mastering the basics will make you win, because anyways, it's a marathon. It's not like a sprint, it's a marathon. Mastering content. So you won't waste much time. You're gonna get it. And once you get it, that's it. That's it. You just apply, and that's it. Now, as I was talking to you guys, you understand, I really use my YouTube to promote my brand. And now, why am I back? I showed you guys this earlier on, where I'm like, reacting to like some football game. It's perfectly on brand with my long-term goal, right? It's still entertainment, not sketches, not skits. It's a different niche, so obviously I'm not gonna start off by getting like a lot of views, because it's a very different niche than what I'm used to doing. So I am willing to not give my viewers what they want. I am willing to not give them what they want, confidently and happily so, because long term I can do a lot of this, and consistency is key. Like, I could do a lot of this without disrupting my work schedule, without having the feeling that I am actually letting my company down by not really being there to do what I need to do, because I can create like, let's say, 10s and 20 videos in this category, like, and plan them out of time and not be stressed at all, because I can stay consistent easily. You want to stay consistent, like, that is the key. You want to be able to do what you are doing consistently without feeling like you are burning out. That is very important. So, and when you are a pro, you don't care that much about, oh, 49 views, oh my god, 141,000 subscribers, right? Only 41 views. Guys, when I was still starting, I was so view sensitive. Like, I deleted videos that like made 20,000 views. That's how sensitive I was. I was like, if a video isn't like blowing off like within the first day, like 40k views at least, that video like flopped. So I would just like put it on private, and I was so view sensitive. That's not good. This same video could still like pull up crazy numbers as I keep on to stay consistent with this within this niche. This same video could in future pull up like crazy numbers. So when you are starting, you have to understand something, right? Right now I am restarting from scratch on a bigger channel, and in the past I wouldn't have done this, but nowadays with the new algorithm change, which means your videos pretty much is shown to people that like are interested. So now it's interest based. So you can have a big channel, but from the point where you simply switch and start posting new things, your viewers won't get those videos recommended. Only those that actually are interested in those topics within your viewers, right, or subscribers, will get those videos recommended, because YouTube knows what they want to watch. So it's very easy for me to simply switch. In the past, I may have been imposed, so like, create the videos that I used to create, like, which are simply skits. But now I can fully simply like switch up straight up and just stay consistent. And after about, let's say, 4 to 6 months, I will start to see the channel, you know, pull in more people that are actually focused on these topics that I'm now uploading. So you have to be able to understand that YouTube actually works with data, and it takes time for it to adapt. It takes time for it to test out your videos to the new public, because most of you guys that are going to be watching this are probably starting or trying to figure out how things are working, and probably asking yourselves, okay, how do I analyze the numbers I see, right? You have to be very patient, very, very patient. That's very important, and very consistent too. So with that being said, if I show you guys my recent uploads, like I said, I've been active now for like 3 days, I think. I can pretty much show you that it's just been one odd video, my experience in Dubai. This one odd video, but other than that, it's gonna pretty much be like around football, like soccer, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the same niche, because I want the viewers that come in to be able to binge scroll and watch videos that align with one topic. That's very important. Like, that's a pro YouTuber right now. Like in the past, I would have been like making like different topics every now and then, but now it's just about having one niche and being good in that niche. That's it. Now, with that being said, I think I've actually said kind of like a lot already. Just show you guys the numbers that I generated with, like, 45 million views. And as you can see, YouTube, like I said, is something you can take serious, and when you do it right, it pays well. It pays well. And do remember this though, it's still very smart to actually figure out something that you can attach to your YouTube in a way that it just fits. That is like a company, or that is like a product. It must not be your product. Like in my case, it being my product means I had to like put in a lot of cash to create this brand, to create this sneaker line. So it's a lot of cash, so it must not be this way. But you can always figure out a product that you can attach to your channel in a way that your YouTube performing is great, but the actual income you make is from your products. In that way, you don't have that urge to like try to like, you don't have that urge to like to want to go viral at any means. Like, by all means, I need to get viral to like to pay my rent or whatever. No, you don't have that urge, and you're not having that urge actually make you create better videos most of the time. You don't create like viral videos because you need to go viral. No, you create them just from you making a very good video without like having a crazy amount of pressure. Just make good video. And it's just very healthy to have something that is a product that you have behind your social media, and you don't really have to like kiss ass, like just accept any product placement because you need the cash. It just gives you that freedom. You actually do what you like doing. You post what you have to post, and you just do the deals you have to do because they are good deals, but you don't have that crazy pressure. And you're actually building a company, not just like, oh, you're building a company. It's better than like, just better like that. It's just a lot better like that, to simply position yourself in this way. And you either do it like this, or you have to like really become crazy famous, right? It's also possible, just that I wouldn't recommend it. Like, even though I could still like choose to make skits that would make me super popular right now, I still just wouldn't do it. Not worth my time. But doesn't mean that if I do my game right, that sorry, if I play my game right, I can still make it to go viral in 7 months or so, right? So you need to know what game you are playing, and I'd rather play the game as an entrepreneur than just as a creator. Like, as a creator, you can actually burn out, because you actually need to go viral every single time, at least like have multiple viral videos in a month to survive. With that being said, guys, now you know the truth. Now you know YouTube works. Now you know you can take it serious. Log in. I'm gonna give you guys the tips, and yeah. With that being said, make sure you check out my school link in the description. If you want me to remind you, because I'm simply gonna use my school link to do one thing, just to remind you. Like, that's it. Sometimes you just need someone to like say, hey, what's up? Have you posted that video? So just keep posting, because most of you guys will quit if you're not accountable. Like, I know for sure, like, most people quit because of that. That's it. I've trained way too many people to know what really makes them quit. It just, at a certain point, they just start slacking, and then they keep slacking, and then they put it to the side, and then few months go by, they come back like, oh, now I want to do it for sure this time. Then the same process, like, take over again. I don't want you to slack. I want you to simply start and never stop. And you know who never stops. So he or she, sky's the limit. Now you get it. This brand from the beginning, I thought. All right. With that being said, guys, have a nice day. Take care.